Ranking the best Super Bowl present cards in Madden 24. We are back here with another promo reveal. Today we got Super Bowl present, and now we are going to go ahead and start with some slightly lower overalls. We got the 92s. First one right here, Jake Brendel with 92 pass block finesse, 94 pass block power, 92 run block, all the way across the board. I mean, has some pretty decent stats for a center. I mean, honestly, better stats than a 92 overall. For me, I actually feel like this is a pretty good card. He's going to get us started in the good tier. Now, after that, we do get Oren Burks right here. We can't see his zone coverage, but he doesn't get lurk artist for 0, right? Pass coverage guy, 93 speed, 6'3" height, that's good, but no finesse or power moves, no block shit again. Not going to get 0 AP lurk artist for me, and just based on this list, he's going to go ahead and be in the trash tier. We also get Mecole Hardman right here, 94 speed and a 92 overall. The height is like the one worry on the card, and also doesn't hit 90 deep route running. I'm going to put this card in the mid tier. Has some good speed, just again, just really isn't that great from a height or deep route running standpoint. And it might be crazy, but I kind of like Jawan Jennings more than what's called Mecole Hardman. 6'3" height, 92 speed, 90 deep route running, 90 medium. Does not hit 90 short, but I think the deep and the medium is way more important. For me, I'm going to put Jawan Jennings though right in the mid tier, right by Mecole. We also get Lenore right here, 5'10" height, 93 speed, 93 zone coverage. It's just, again, like he's not bad from a stats standpoint. It's just like grand scheme of the game, no discount abilities or anything, just like a mid tier corner. We also get Charles Omenihu right here with 82 speed, 86 finesse moves, 91 block shot, 92 power moves. They completely ruined the DM position, and we'll talk about it later, but pretty much if you're not getting unstoppable force, basically everyone's kind of mid. Tommy Townsend this time has the new highest kick power in the game for a punter, so for me, Tommy Townsend, that's going to go ahead and make him best at position for the punter. This time, Tershawn Wharton right here with 80 speed, 84 power moves, 92 block shot, 88 finesse moves. He's not like a big body. He's not over 300 pounds. For me, I just think at this point, those stats are pretty bad. I'm going to go ahead and put him in the trash tier. All right, and now we are ready for the 94 overalls. This right here is the welcome pack. If you guys are familiar with Hines Ward and Chuck Howley, we get CMC and we also get Justin Reed that we're going to cover next. So this card, just base stats right here. It looks like he's going to be 97 speed base stats. I kind of feel like they messed that up. I might be wrong, but with the upgrade tokens and everything, he'll probably be 96 speed if I had to guess. If not, with the lighted up token, he'll be 98 speed, which is kind of crazy. And this time for his custom ability buckets, human joystick for 0, I think is a big one, or potentially all these end game requirement buckets can go down by 1 AP if they hit in game objectives. So he could potentially get red zone or playmaker for 0 AP as well, which like human joystick plus playmaker or human joystick plus red zone threat for 0. We're about to have so many abilities everywhere. And for X factors, could get evasive for 0 as well. So in my opinion, okay, I think he might be my running back, but I still don't think he is the best in the game. Reason I say that, angry runs, freight train. The X factors gonna get crazier and crazier. I think from a stat standpoint, by far and away, best at his position. Easily best at running back in the game from a stat standpoint. But for me, man, I'm gonna go ahead and put him great. Kind of similar thoughts to what I had on Terrell Davis. And the choice between Justin Reed and CMC. So Justin Reed this time, 6'1" height. This time again, 96 speed. Will be either 95 speed base or with the lighted up token will be 97 speed. And it's getting tougher and tougher to choose who we should use lighted up tokens on. But so we took a look at Justin Reed, right? I don't think you should use it on him. I mean, pick ours for 0 is like cool or whatever, but custom ability bucket, deep end zone KO, flat zone for 1, pick ours for 0. Can get mid zone KO potentially for 0, which is interesting. I mean, if he got like a deep out zone KO at a lighted up X factor, I think that would be insane. For me, I think this card is still good. I like the 1 AP mid zone. I like the 1 AP deep end zone KOs as well. I think that's a pretty good combo right there. I just don't think he's the best strong safety in the game. For me, I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the gray tier. I think Cam Chancellor is better. And now after that, we do get MVS. So this is a card that I think is great on the theme team. This is the one thing to me that stood out. With the lighted up X factor token, could get short and elite for 0 AP. Now, everything we have with this present promo, is that worth it? Is he a top 3 receiver in the game? 96 speed, 6'4" height, 90s across the board for route running. This is tough because we did get cards like Chris Olave that I really like with 0 AP mid in. Like, I really like that a lot. For me, MVS, I think he's great, man. Like, I could see you going either which way. If you want to see, like, it's just dependent what you value on your receiver, man. I'm gonna put him right here because I think he's a little bit better than Randy Moss and his height and everything, man. I think MVS is a dog. I'm gonna put him best at position. Now after that, we get Joshua Williams. So he's 6'3", that's great. 95 speed, 97 acceleration. He's a great card, but the main thing is 0 AP pick artists. Now with lighted up tokens can get like 1 step ahead and stuff, and it seems like they want to transition us more into man coverage, which I just don't really think is good. For me, Joshua Williams, like I said, there's just based on the current meta right now, just gets a bunch of man KOs, no zone KOs. I think he's more great than like best at position. And now after that, we get Chase Young. That's great from a stat standpoint. So has 95 speed, 97 finesse moves, 96 block shed, 90 power moves. Insane. But the big thing on pass rushers right now, the reason why he's not going to be best at position, even though you could argue he's best at position from a stat standpoint, does not get unstoppable force for 0 AP. He does get BOGO, however, for 0 AP. On in-game objectives, the thing that stood out to me, could get defensive rally for 0 as well. I just think, again, man, man, just no unstoppable force. He's going to be great tier for me more than anything. And now right after that, we do get Jair Brown right here. His rookie premiere was kind of a baller as well. And this is a very tempting lighted up X Factor spot for your president card. So like he has 96 speed, 96 man, 92 zone coverage, pursuit a little bit low, but pursuit's just like bad in this game. It's not a rating thing. 5'11" height, so not the tallest in the world, but we take a look at the lighted up X Factor token, right? Could get mid zone KO for 0 AP, which I think is crazy. And then in an end game requirement bucket, could get deep zone KO for 2, pick artist for 0. I think he is the perfect outside corner. Perfect outside corner, man. Hard to not run the unstoppable force though, potentially. You need the lighted up token, I think, to make him like insanely great. He could potentially take, say, like Cam Chancellor's spot where you run deep zone KO and then pick artist for 0. He could do that as well, a little cheaper alternative. I think he's right up here for best of position though. Definitely can argue it, and especially if you use a lighted up token, I think he's locked in there. And after that, we get Leo Chanel this time with 95 speed, 95 acceleration. Finesse was a little bit lower, 90 power moves. He should be someone that has high zone coverage. Now in his lighted up X Factor spot, lurk artist for 0, run stuff for Avalanche. Don't love any of that stuff. I mean, Avalanche on the entire game, pretty cool. We look at custom ability buckets. I would run lurk artist for 0, obviously. In this bucket right here, no outsiders or tackle supreme could go down to 0, which is cool. I think if the tackle supreme goes down to 0, I think then he could be argued best of position. But right now, I think Leo Chanel is more along the lines of like a great card than anything. All right, and now we're going to cover back-to-back quarterbacks because I think we have to pump the, like a lot of people, like I was reacting to these cards live on Twitch and TikTok and YouTube as well. Gotta pump the brakes a little bit on these two cards being the best quarterbacks in the game. And to me, it's really going to be dependent on if they hit their end game objectives, because then they would be kind of crazy. So Brock Purdy right here has 90 speed, 6'1". The big thing though, like quarterback right now, Gen 2. Don't think Gen 2 is really that good. It's not really a good release, but from an X Factor standpoint, what could he get? So Gunslinger for 0 is pretty nice. It's kind of like what we're running on Doug Williams right now. And then he could get Howard Master for 1, set feet lead for 4. He could basically get the same exact stack as, guess what, Doug Williams that we're currently running. It's just he has a worse release. However, though, what is pretty interesting is he could get Omniscient right here for 1 AP, which is kind of cool because it's like Threat Detector and Identifier combined together. So you can run Omniscient for 1, Howard Master for 1, that's 2 AP, Gunslinger for 0 AP, that's obviously 0, set feet lead for 5, that is 7, and then gift wrapped 8, I believe, unless I did math wrong. Could have done math wrong, but I think that's a cool stack as well if you want Threat Detector and Identifier. Here's the thing about Threat Detector and Identifier though, especially when you start like playing what the meta, like the A-gap blitz, you know where their user is, you know what they're sending, slide right. I mean, in last year, I think Threat Detector was really cool because like Dollar, like it was harder to pick up blitzes last year. So for me, Omniscient really doesn't do anything. And that's not to say Brock Purdy's bad. I just don't think he's the best quarterback in the game. And now right after him, we do get Patrick Mahomes. Now, very similar thoughts to Mahomes and Brock Purdy, but we take a look at Mahomes, right? This time 91 speed, again, like accuracies, all threshold base hits on the hits 90 for every accuracy, 97 throw power, all great. So when we take a look at him though, lighted up token right here, can get Omniscient or Backyard QB. Now, Backyard QB is probably what I would recommend running because it's essentially Howard Master for 0 AP. Now on top of that, you can get Gunslinger and Set Feet Lead for what's called a discount. So we can run Set Feet Lead, Gunslinger, Howard Master for 4 AP total, gift wrapped on top of that for 5. That leaves you with some 3 AP left over to spend. So he technically does get a better ability stack than Doug Williams. And also it should be noted as well, if he completes in-game objectives, Set Feet Lead will go down to 3 AP, which this is what I'll say. If he hits his in-game objectives, I think he's the best quarterback. But right now, I don't think it's worth spending 1 less AP on offense. Because what do you, I mean, like, sure, you can put on like a short and a lead or something, right? But when you have 2 unstoppable forces just literally screaming in your face, you're going to value that traditional 4, that faster release a little bit more than Mahomes' release. That I'm not saying it's like trash or like unusable. I think people really underestimate how good it is, if anything, but it's not traditional 4, right? So for me, Mahomes is also going to be like in this great tier. I know I'm going to have some people like argue with me about this, but Mahomes is going to have a role though, I will say, and I might try him because I have a pretty unique way about going about the defeating the unstoppable forces, which, like I said, I think Mahomes can be argued best position. For me, he would be QB2 right now. I think Brock Purdy would be QB3. Again, that's when we get to like McNair and like Perry and CJ Stroud. It's tough. I still think Doug Williams, and I think Doug Williams, Patrick Mahomes, QB1, QB2. I think Doug Williams might be better though. So like he's in like a great plus tier range for me. I don't know. Like I said though, if he hits his end game objectives, best at position easily. Now right after that, we get Charvarius Ward right here. And this time 95 speed, great man, great zone, good press as well. 6'1" height, so not like a midget or anything. But Charvarius Ward right here is for custom ability buckets, can get like mid zone for 1, and then in game requirement bucket, deep zone KO for 2. Again, all this could go down by 1 if he hits end game objectives. If you get mid zone and deep zone KO for 2 AP total. That would be insane. I really like this Charvarius Ward card a lot. I think with that stack right there, he's the best corner in the game. You want to run Light It Up token too, you can get mid zone or pick artist on top of that. For me, Charvarius Ward is kind of even better than what I said about Jair Brown because you can get that deep zone KO, mid zone KO for 3. I'm going to need Charvarius Ward on my team. And right after that, we do get Deebo Samuel. So Deebo Samuel this time has 96 speed, great route runnings across the board. He gets mid and elite for 0. This is what I'm thinking, right? When we take a look at the cards, and I don't love his Light It Up X Factors either. So Deebo, the person I'm comparing him to, first off, we got MVS right now that his abilities are loaded. And like I said, he doesn't really get anything great for discount. He doesn't get, if MVS just got 0 AP mid and elite, it'd make life so much easier. But the 3 receivers that I think are kind of in that wide receiver 3 role is that also a card that just dropped that I have a gameplay video on before this, Chris Olave. We compare the two. Deebo's 1 speed point faster. Olave's 2 inches taller. I think I'm leaning Olave over Deebo Samuel. I think I am. So for me, I'm putting Deebo in the gray tier. You can say he's tied for best in position. I wouldn't hate it. I like Chris Olave more than him. That's the take I'm going with. That's the take I'm going with. I like Chris Olave more than Deebo. Finally, right here, George Karlaftis. Oh man, EA. So he's 94 speed, 90 power moves, 90 block shot, 90 finesse moves, whatever. So only thing that matters on defensive end though, like look at this insane ability bucket though. Light Up X Factor, a lot of people can use it on him. Unstoppable Force for 1 AP, stays on the entire game. El Toro and Demoralizer for 0. I mean, damn, just give him everything. This card is actually God, I can't lie. I think when people ask me who's the best card in the game is, I think it might be George Karlaftis. Like that is insane. El Toro isn't bad either. And you get Unstoppable Force with that and more like 3 abilities. Oh man. Like George Karlaftis is actually broken, man. I don't know. I hate that this is the path they went down though. Unstoppable Forces on for the entire game for 1 AP. Stupid decision from EA. I'm sorry, dumb. If you like it, I'm sorry, but I think that is actually stupid. Like, I hate it. But yeah, if you guys want to know how I'm going about defeating Unstoppable Forces, because you're going to see a lot more because they're going to be on 24/7. Just look up on YouTube real quick. I might have the link in the bio to make it a little bit easier, but I have a backup channel that focuses more on like schemes and like tip videos, stuff like that. If you want to look it up, called More Dill. Would love to see you all over there. But I hope you guys did enjoy this one, man. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to stay updated with the best cards in Madden. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead and see me use some of these cards, I will be going ahead and trying out a ton of them today in the live stream from 2 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube and Twitch. If you want to watch on YouTube, again, make sure to hit that noti bell, or if you want to watch on Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this gameplay with Chris Olave if you don't believe me that he might be better than Deebo Samuel.